Good morning, gang. Happy Monday morning. Hope you all are moving around decently today. If you were one of the millions of people who wasted 4 hours of your life yesterday watching a bunch of men play a kids game, I gave up on football. What is it now? It's about 6 years ago, ever since Colin Kaepernick decided to take a knee. Yeah. So, nope, didn't watch a second of it here. Doesn't mean that I am immune to the idiocy that went on during the game. Now, first off, before we get into anything, I want to apologize for an error I made in a video the other day. I was talking about Tucker Carlson's interview with Vladimir Putin, and I said that it would probably be the second most watched media event this year behind the Super Bowl. Sorry, I was wrong. Yeah. A lot more people were interested in what Tucker and Putin had to say than what a bunch of children running around overpaid millionaires and billionaires or whatever the hell they make anymore did. And, watching the look at Taylor Swift's reaction to this play. Yeah, okay. So, no, nobody cares. So I apologize for that. It's actually a good thing. More people were concerned about something that's important rather than something that's bullshit. Okay. But Monday morning quarterbacking, watching the reaction to some of what happened yesterday is kind of interesting. Of course, before the game, you had to start out with the, as they call it, the Black National Anthem. Sorry, there's no such thing. Until there's a Black United States, there's no Black United Anthem or National Anthem. You want your own national anthem? Go start your own country somewhere. Okay? We have one national anthem. That is it. That is the only one. If everybody wants to take a knee, there's one to take to, because it's nothing that anybody wants to give a shit about. Okay? Star Spangled Banner, the end. Okay? Period. It's the only national anthem. Stop referring to this idiotic song as a national anthem of any sort. You want to call it some black solidarity song? Go for it. Okay? But stop referring to it as the national anthem. Period. So then we get into during the game, during halftime, during everything like this. And it was interesting to see some of the fallout on some of the ads, if you will, which was always the most entertaining part of the Super Bowl. I've seen a couple of them. There was one Ohio politician running for office, who's an ex-Marine Corps drill sergeant, who decided that, he was going to pretend to be the drill sergeant for a bunch of congressmen. It was kind of humorous, but not the greatest look, dude. Pass that PT test first, maybe. Especially as a Marine. But the biggest, well, I take it back. Let's go into one other one first. Then if you, of course, saw Robert F. Kennedy had his rehash of a JFK ad back from the 60s. I won't play that one for you. It's just silly. But it was kind of interesting because all of a sudden the traffic on RFK's website skyrocketed. And I guess it got to the point where, maybe some people didn't realize he was still in the election. Yeah, he's running as an independent. Maybe they don't realize he's still in the election because the Democrats won't debate him. The Democrats wouldn't let him on primary ballots, so he decided to run independent, and the Democrat-led mainstream media refuses to say anything about him, even give him the time of day. So they're trying to hide the fact that there's actually another Democrat running against Joe. It's that little thing called election interference, right? Okay. Hey, the media is so guilty of it, it's unbelievable. But, well, they'll go after, let's say, Fox News for everything with, what was it called? Dominion and all that sort of crap. But, hey, the election of interference that we've got by the media now? No. If you remember how it used to be, okay, back when the media was actually impartial, there was a unspoken rule in the media that the media, a channel, a newspaper, whatever, would be required to report for an even amount of time on each candidate. Okay. Now you can't say that for ads because ads obviously are whatever somebody's paying for. But hypothetically, if we go back, if Ronald Reagan had one article in the newspaper, Walter Mondale was supposed to have one article in the newspaper. Okay? Or if they spent 5 minutes talking about Jimmy Carter on the evening news, they were supposed to spend 5 minutes talking about Gerald Ford on the evening news. That was how it used to be. Not anymore. Now if they do that, they go, well, we did. We spent 5 minutes talking about how Joe Biden's the greatest president ever, and we spent 5 minutes talking about how Donald Trump's a threat to democracy. Sure, that's how they kind of portray it now. Okay, it's not the way it's supposed to be. You know, the news, if you will, has completely become editorial. There's no such thing as the evening news. It's the evening editorial now. Okay, because all we get to do is listen to Rachel Maddow or Joy Reid or Anderson Cooper or Brett Baer or somebody like that giving their opinion and none of the news. If I want to watch editorial, okay, that's fine. All right, that's my choice. If I want to actually watch the facts, that's hard to find. Okay, everything has got a spin to it these days. You know, it's still so funny that go back to my younger days, if you will, and always, you know, back before the Iron Curtain fell, and you know, all the stories we heard about Russian propaganda. Yeah, okay, and we were all led to believe that we were hearing the truth and there was no propaganda coming out of our government. That's the biggest crock in history. Okay, there's probably more propaganda still spread in the United States than there ever was in the Soviet Union. You know, it's hilarious talking to Mrs. P and telling her some of the stories of what was force-fed to us back in the 80s, and her saying, that wasn't true, that didn't happen, nope. You know, yeah, okay. But these were the things we were all led to believe. But the most interesting part of the game last night was this.
The Super Bowl Sunday. If you're anything like me, you like to be surrounded by a snack or two while watching the big game. You know, when buying snacks for the game, you might have noticed one thing. Sports drinks bottles are smaller. A bag of chips has fewer chips, but they're still charging you just as much. And as an ice cream lover, what makes me the most angry is that ice cream cartons have actually shrunk in size, but not in price. I've had enough of what they call shrinkflation. It's a ripoff. Some companies are trying to pull a fast one by shrinking the products little by little and hoping you won't notice. Give me a break. The American public is tired of being played for suckers. I'm calling on companies to put a stop to this. Let's make sure businesses do the right thing now.
Yeah, kind of funny, huh? Joe bitching about shrinkflation. And oh, I'm such a big fan of ice cream. No kidding, okay? And it pisses me off when the containers are smaller and the price is higher. Okay, let me see if I got something. Joe, tell me what a quart of ice cream costs. Do you have any idea? I doubt it. Okay, you don't have a clue. Okay, you probably haven't seen the ice cream container in 20 years because one of your servants has come brought it to you. Okay, so don't give me that crap. But then to blame the companies for shrinkflation, no, sorry, that is 100% on you. You want to know who's at fault for the shrinkflation? Go look in the mirror. Start bitching at that guy, because that's the guy who's 100% pure to blame for it. Let me give you a rule about capitalism here, okay? In order for a company to continue to do business, a company has to make money. Okay? The person filling the bag full of Cheetos or running the machine that does has to get paid. The machine needs maintenance. The machine needs power. The building needs the rent paid, the insurance paid. The truck driver needs fuel. The truck driver needs to buy the truck. The truck driver needs to get paid himself. Okay? All those things have to go into the cost of that bag of Cheetos, Joe. And as you keep running inflation up, somehow the companies have to make a profit to pay the bills. If the companies don't make a profit, there is no company anymore. It's how it works, okay? It's how it works in socialism, communism, whatever. If the company doesn't make enough money to cover its expenses, there is no company anymore. So what do you do when there's no ice cream, Joe? Because the dairy farmer didn't get paid. The sugarcane farmer didn't get paid. The strawberry farmer didn't get paid. The trucks couldn't get to the ice cream store. There isn't enough paper to make the cardboard container, because God knows we don't want to use plastic. Okay. That there's nobody to bring it to the store. That there's nobody in the store to sell it to your servants, your slaves, Joe, that you keep. Okay. There's nobody to bring it to you. What happens then? Are you going to make your own ice cream? You might want to learn, Joe, like the rest of us are, because we all know how you're destroying this economy and how it's all planned to do that. The thing you forgot is, while you've been working on destroying the country, we've all been working on being self-sufficient. So when you can't buy ice cream at the store, I can make it at home for me. And guess what? I ain't sharing with you. I hope you guys could hear me this morning. I'm going to make something. If you guys know, I've got this new little microphone, okay? DJI microphone. A lot of you guys recommended go get this one, so I did. $150 for a microphone. I'm hoping you can hear me, because the comments in the videos for the last few days since I've put it in are, gee, I still can't hear you, and other people are like, I hear you fine. Some people have said it's not only this channel where you can't hear me sometimes. Some people can't hear me, okay? That you can't hear me. It's other channels as well. I've done what I can, guys. The RF gain on this microphone is maxed out. So that's it. I'm not screaming, okay? Put it that way. This is the volume you're going to get. Best microphone on the market I can buy. We're there. So at this point, it's one of two things. It's either the speakers on whatever device you're listening to, or YouTube is messing with us. And gee, I wonder which one it could possibly be. Pinball out.